Hey, what's up YouTube? It's abluegolfball here today with another Pokemon TCG online video, and today I have for you guys a Mega Mewtwo EX. The Mega Mewtwo X EX. Never mind. Anyways, I have a little bit of a disclosure. I originally recorded this video, okay, and then I realized, oh man, I should tweak something, but then I had some good matches, which will be in the following segment, and then I was like, well, I'll just do this deck analysis with this, and then you guys will see my matches without it. So basically what I'm saying is I added 2 Mega Turbos, but in the original deck build that I had, I didn't have these. I actually had 4 Trainer's Mail, so I cut down the Trainer's Mail to 2 and add 2 Mega Turbos. In my original build, I was like, oh, yeah, I don't need Mega Turbos. And then I realized, oh, that's actually, what am I thinking? Mega Turbos could be awesome for this deck. So yeah, I ended up in my original build with 4 Trainer's Mail, because I just wanted to try to get these item cards as much as I can. Or trainer cards as much as I can, I mean. Sorry. And then, yeah, and then I was like, oh, no, I need Mega Turbos. But, so I'm going to do the deck analysis with Mega Turbos, but the next footage you're going to see is without Mega Turbos, and I've already recorded them, so I was like, oh, well, those are good matches, I might as well keep them. And so hopefully you guys enjoy those matches. But the Mega Mewtwo EX here is the 230 HP Juggernaut, the Psychic Juggernaut here. We have Vanishing Strike, hits for 150 if there's a Stadium card in play. This attack does 50 more damage, and this attack's damage isn't affected by resistance or any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. Meaning, if you have, like, Mystery Energy on this guy, it's gonna go plow right through Age/EX. Who cares about Mighty Shield? We got Vanishing Strike here. It's gonna vanish and strike you at the same time. What? Okay. So Vanishing Strike right here hits for 200 with a Stadium in play. That's incredible. And so we're going to be running a 3-3 line of Mewtwo here. What I'm going to be doing is playing Landorus here with Shadow Power. So that's another reason why I didn't play Mega Turbo, which, definitely should still play Mega Turbo. Shadow Power can help us energy accelerate a little bit. Attach a basic energy from a discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. Hits for 20, and then you can throw some energies onto Mega Mewtwo EX or, the Mewtwo EX right here. We're going to be playing a 1-1 line of Zoroark. And Zoroark with the ability to stand in and a Foldstone can do the rush in and retreat thing that Keldeo does. And then Mind Jack is actually a pretty good backup attack for just colorless energies here. We can Mind Jack, and depending on your opponent's bench, we can hit for a ton of damage. If they have a full Sky Field bench, that's 8 right there. Does 30 more damage for each of those 8. That's 240 plus the 10. That's 250 damage. If we even have a Muscle Band, that's 270. That's unnecessary, but whatever. We do have the Smeargle here with second coat. This is going to be really, really good for Mewtwo EX, especially if we just pile on fighting energies on this guy, and then there's a psychic energy in the discard pile. We can simply just go with the second coat and swap out those energies. Perfect. That is beautiful. And we have the Shaman EX right here, 110 HP, colorless Pokemon, set up, and Sky Return. We all know what that does. And then we have the Octillery here. I do have a 1-1 line of this, just to help out with the Abysmal Hand, drawing some more cards. I think this is going to be an essential deck, or an essential card in most decks. The Octillery here being able to help you draw some more cards. Now, I remember back in the day in Plasma Freeze when they had Electrode. Electrode was kind of that, oh, why not draw up to that 4? It's like a bicycle. And then now we have Octillery here, which draws up to 5. Wow. Okay. So that's enough of that. We have Battle Compressor here, just be able to get some energies in the discard pile, and then you can use, Mega Turbo. You can use Landorus as well. And then we have the Mega Turbo, as I already mentioned, and then we have the Super Rod here to get some, perhaps energies, but most likely Pokemon. And then we have the Trainer's Mail, as well as the Ultra Ball, 4 of these, and 4 VS Seekers. That's it for the item cards. We have Bridget here, as well as the Giovanni Scheme. So 2 Bridgets to get all those basic Pokemons like Zorua, Smeargle, Remoraid, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Lysander right here, as well as the Professor Birch's Observation and a Professor Sycamore. Discard your hand, draw 7 cards. Shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 5 cards with Shauna here and Skyla. And that's it for the trainer cards or supporter cards. And then for the Stadium, 3 of these Dimension Valleys. I opted to play 3 instead of 4 because... yeah, I probably could play 4. What am I talking about? We have 2 of these Foldstones, and then Mewtwo, Spirit Link, 3 of these. Now, again, you guys might be thinking, you don't need 2. You only have 1 Zoroark. Well, you never know, because you could run into scenarios where, yeah, someone can play Zero Sick, or I don't know, maybe start on the Megaphone, which people don't really play anymore, but can still happen. We have 8 of these fighting energies and 3 of these basic psychic energies. Again, I opted not to play mystery energy simply because we already have Zoroark here with stand in, and with the Full Stone can retreat. So it was pretty pointless to have that. Plus, I'd rather have the opportunity to play psychic energies on the Zoroark if we really need to Mind Jack. I think that could be very viable instead of playing the mystery energy. So that's it for the deck. Hopefully you guys got the gist of it. And if you guys didn't, feel free to post comments below. But without further ado, let's go ahead and see this deck in action on Pokemon TCG Online. Alright, and we're going to be playing against Javiezilla, and my opponent's going to be calling the coin toss. Is going to be heads, and it is heads. We have lost the coin toss. My opponent's opted to choose heads, and it was heads. So we won't be able to go first. That's a huge bummer. We're not going to be able to evolve first. And, you know, this deck is very slow to set up. It does take quite a bit of energy drops to get Mega Mewtwo going, but we'll see what we can do with going second. So at least we, on a nice side, if we can start with Landorus, we can go doing Shadow Power right away. Maybe get some energies in the discard pile and go with that route. Now we don't start with Landorus. We do have a Mewtwo EX here, as well as a Shaman. No energies here, and my opponent says hi. I'll just say hi in return. And all right, so. Yeah, my opponent says he thinks he knows me. Okay, well maybe my opponent does. It's an experimental deck. Ah, okay, nice. LOL, nice. Okay, all right. So, let's take a look and see here. Let's go ahead. We'll play the Mewtwo EX, of course. Again, ooh, nice for you. Well, I don't know. It's both of us. Yeah, it's both of us, right? Looking forward to. The match, yes, just good luck. Looking forward to a fun match. Let's go ahead and do this here. So we're gonna have a probably an Ultra Ball. Discard a couple things. We do have Trainer's Mail here. Could search through our top 4 cards of our deck some more. Definitely an option for us. Here's the Corphish, as well as the Lucario EX in the active spot. Oh man. Okay, so Lucario is weak to Psychic, so that means you can take advantage of that. But Lucario has that really quick missile jab, can start attacking right away. Applies a ton of pressure. So something to look out for. We could do a Photon Wave. We can pull this off. That could be pretty fun to do if we can get Dimension Valley and an Energy Drop. We can do Photon Wave for 60 damage, hitting that Lucario EX, adding some pressure on my opponent. So here is a lot of things going here. We see a Corphish, which is definitely an experimental kind of deck. I've not seen this kind of combination here with Lucario EX, but here comes the Karina playing for a Lucario EX again. More full arts there. Oh, we see full arts galore, and a Level Ball. Okay, so that can get out the Crawdaunt. That's right, Crawdaunt. I believe Crawdaunt's under 190 HP. Energy drop onto the Lucario, basic energy, so it's not the strong energy. We don't see Fighting Stadium, nor do we see Muscle Band, so pretty secure there. We could play the Trainer's Mail, like I said, or I think we could probably just Ultra Ball these guys away and bring out that Landorus. Or actually, no, we have a Level Ball. We have an Ultra Ball, or not Ultra Ball. We have a Floatstone. That's right. So I'm actually gonna bring out the Zura and play the Zura onto the bench, play that Floatstone, and even play the Battle Compressor and get some energies into the discard pile. See, fighting, and could go for a Psychic. Let's just do. Maybe we could do another supporter. Let's see. At times like these, I wish I had that Mega Turbo. But let's go with that right there. Let's go for the Shaman EX, and we'll draw until we have 6 cards. And here is a Landorus right here, and we got a Dimension Valley over here. Let's see. We'll go with the Floatstone on the Landorus. We got 2 Floatstones going here. Let's go for that Professor Sycamore. No need to play the Professor Birch's observation. I'm not in the mood. Not in the mood to flip any coins here. We do get 2 Spirit Links here. I'm gonna go ahead and play both of them. Of course, we are susceptible to getting hit by a start on the Megaphone, but I'll take my chances. So no trainers. Man, that's 3 Trainers Mail already gone, thrown away into the discard pile. Let's go for that Photon Wave. So we're able to pull this off, getting that 60 damage there with the Dimension Valley, playing that one singular fighting energy. And sadly, we don't have what you call it, the Remoraid onto the bench so we can evolve into Octillery using Abyssal Hand. That's not going to happen anytime soon. My opponent opts to play Level Ball for another Corphish over there, so we don't see the Crawdont. Not going to happen on that Mewtwo EX. My opponent is pretty confident that he's going to be able to apply some pressure on us, I guess, without needing to negate any of our energies right now. So we see a VS Seeker for the Karina. Maybe that's my opponent's plan. I don't know. I would assume at some point, we see a Soul Rock. Not, since Sky Field is not in play, my opponent's bench is full, unless he discards that Robo Substitute, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. We see a switch as well. So my opponent's going to play an energy drop on the Landorus on the bench and probably play the switch to get that Landorus to do Shadow Power against our Mewtwo EX. Now, if we can get the what do you call it? The Zoroark into play. Since we have a full stone, we can stand in and retreat into the Shaman EX. And, we did get an Ultra Ball there. Oh, that's kind of nice. All right, so you know what? We're actually going to go for it. Yeah, we do have Super Rod. We can get the Octillery back if we really need to. Let's go ahead and grab the Zoroark right here. We can stand in and retreat into the Shaman EX if we really need to. Let's go ahead and play the VS Seeker here. Probably go for that Professor Sycamore. Fresh hand size of 7, which is incredible. Let's go ahead and do that right there. We do get the Mega Mewtwo EX right now. Could go for another Photon Wave, but why the heck not? Why not evolve now when you can, when you can? So might as well do that. I'm a little hesitant to play the Smeargle, but we'll play it anyways. Let's go ahead and go for the stand in and then retreat. Of course, we can always get that Remoraid, but I guess the Smeargle will take a spot onto the bench for now. And we'll retreat into... We don't have an energy, so that's a huge problem here. We missed out on the energy drop. We're going to promote the Shaman EX here with the Fighting Resistance. So if my opponent does not have Muscle Band, Strong Energy, Fighting Stadium, that Shadow Power is not going to do anything to our Shaman EX. And we're going to then turn this way and take a look and wait and see what we can do. If we can get some more energies, if we can start playing the energy on the Landorus, going for Shadow Power, getting some more energies. And now I regret not playing that Psychic Energy into the discard pile. Could have used that second coat. We can still do that though if we can top deck. I don't know. Well, if we top deck Psychic Energy, I'm definitely gonna play it on my Mega Mewtwo EX. Another energy drop gets played onto Landorus. Still can't do Sky Lariat, so we're okay there. Even if he did, he'll only be hitting for 70. We'll survive the turn. And it wasn't a strong energy, and we did not see Fighting Stadium. So here it is, doing Shadow Power, countering the Stadium, countering that Dimension Valley. That's going to be pretty problematic right there. But you know what? I'll take it. Let's go ahead. We did get an energy off the discard pile, or off our top deck, I mean. And so we'll play that on the Landorus. Let's go ahead. We'll discard probably the Professor Birch's Observation. I feel like I'm going to flip tails every time right there. So we'll grab another Mega Mewtwo EX. Again, we could have gotten that Remoraid right there, but then, I think the Smeargle deserves a spot on the bench this game. And let's go and play the Super Rod right here. We'll bring back the Landorus as well as that Octillery. We do have one more Fighting Energy in the discard pile, so we can go and play the Landorus for that. And hey, we got Dimension Valley as well as Sycamore. Looking pretty good. We could probably just discard this and draw. Oh, wow. There's Remoraid and the Octillery. No, that's a bummer. Might as well just let something sacrifice here. Maybe we'll sacrifice that Shaman or something. But let's retreat into the Landorus. I think we could potentially sacrifice the Landorus, and let the Landorus just take hits for us while we power up our Mega Mewtwo EX on the bench. We have the Dimension Valley, like I said before. All we need now is a Psychic Energy, and we can start attacking with that Vanishing Strike from our Mega Mewtwo EX. Here is the Landorus with another Sky Lariat potentially. Oh, wow. There is a Team Flare Grunt discarding our basic Fighting Energy. That's huge. We won't be able to use Shadow Power in the next turn. Oh, we could, though. I mean, we really could, but that's kind of useless at this point. It's basically trading energy drops right there. But my opponent opts to hit us for only... hits us for the Sky Lariat. And let's go ahead. We'll counter the Stadium here. As much as I would like to play Professor Sycamore, I do want to play the Shauna so we can preserve some of those Pokemon. And, okay. So here we go. Could go for the Shadow Power, or could play the Psychic Energy and just go for the Vanishing Strike. Apply a lot of pressure this way. I think, we can do this, but basically we're just trading energy. We're just burning an energy drop, playing an energy drop in the Landorus just for the Landorus to pass out in the next turn. And we could have just played the energy drop on the Mega Mewtwo EX. So let's preserve both the energy drops and our Landorus here, not sacrificing the Landorus by any means. And we'll play the energy drop onto the Mega Mewtwo EX. Hit with the Vanishing Strike right here with the Stadium in play. it's going to be 200 damage. That's an easy knockout. Even without the stadium in play, we'll be hitting for 150. That would be more than enough to knock out that Landorus. And here, oh, we get another energy. Okay, more energies galore. We'll take it and start powering up that Mega Mewtwo EX on the bench over there. So here is perhaps we could see the Lucario EX with 2 energy drops over there, the one on the left, instead of the one that already has 80 damage or 60 damage or whatever it is. Yeah, as I assumed. So here is a fresh Lucario EX. We can get hit with a somersault kick. We could see something like Strong Energy Muscle Band Fighting Stadium. That would boost by another 60 damage. It can hit us for 160. That would be 180 damage on our Mega Mewtwo EX. We will survive the turn, and we will be able to knock out this Lucario EX. My opponent does play a energy retrieval as well as a teammates after that Landorus getting knocked out. Able to draw any 2 cards he pleases from his deck and doesn't need to show us, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like a computer search, conditional computer search, but drawing 2, and it's a supporter for the turn. So I don't know, maybe. But we are basically on cruise control here until something really dramatic happens. We're just gonna keep going. Vanishing Strike, Energy Drop, Vanishing Strike, Energy Drop, Vanishing Strike, and kind of mindlessly, brainlessly, just kind of attacking right at this point. Especially since we have the Psychic weak advantage right now over the Lucario EX, and we haven't seen any of these Crawdons here. So I would assume these Crawdons can come into play pretty soon, but my opponent does counter a stadium, so that's something to take note of. Countering the stadium causes us to play another energy on a Mega Mewtwo EX, an energy that we don't exactly want to do. So there is the strong energy. Here's that Soul Rock that we saw my opponent get from that Karina before, and we get hit for a somersault kick. That's 120 damage, 140 damage total on our Mega Mewtwo EX, and you know what? Just knock it out. I think we're going to do that. I think we should just do that. Play the energy drop on the Mega Mewtwo EX. Since we got extra energies, might as well draw on some more things. We do have a Skyla here that we don't necessarily need, but take a look and see. Oh, well, I guess, yeah, we do need the Skyla. We can play this for the Dimension Valley. That's the last Dimension Valley that we got. But at the very least, we can still play this energy here. Play maybe on the... let's play the... yeah, we'll play the Psychic on the Mega Mewtwo EX. I don't want to see anything like a red card and then we miss out on that Psychic energy, you know, here on out. So let's go with this right here. Again, I want to keep this last energy here in our hand in case my opponent does counter stadium again. We will be pretty much set now. Since knocking out that Landorus, it does force us to take at least 4 knockouts on EXs and things like that. There is another counter, so we will no longer have any more Dimension Valleys unless we get it off the prize cards. And more Lucarios. Lucarios left and right, man. They're coming out everywhere. How are we going to deal with this? All these Lucarios. Well, for one, we have a Lysander, and 2, they're weak against Psychic. So, Vanishing Strike really is going to be taking full advantage. Even if they weren't weak to Psychic, this is easy. Two prizes, easy knockouts, because of these Lucarios working out pretty well. And you know, with a big beefy Mewtwo EX here, we are in no concerns by any means. So again, we do have the Scorched Earth available to us. We could play that if we really wanted to, but I'm actually gonna hang on. You know, all right, we'll just play it. And I did want to hang on to it in case we do need it, but let's go for the Vanishing Strike. We have a lot of supporters in our hand, plenty of supporters, and we're down to our last prize, and we'll knock out something right here and wrap up the game. So pretty dominating performance, pretty convincing performance here. Actually, I was very surprised. I'm pretty surprised right now at how consistent it was, and pretty quick to get the Mega Mewtwo EX powered up. Mega Turbo can be a huge help, which, yeah, you know, I think I will probably do that soon. So, here's the Lucario EX again with a strong energy and a muscle band. So now that's coming out to play. We don't see the fighting stadium. We'll still survive the turn though, which is amazing. And we'll take this guy out, taking one last prize here. Weakness in for 400 damage. And my opponent thought he had us with the 210. But it wouldn't have mattered. At some point, we would have been able to probably slowly power up another Mega Mewtwo EX on the bench. And looks like that's it for the game. Hit for over, wow, almost 1,500 damage. 1,480 damage, which is just ridiculous. Well, that's it for this match. I think, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead. We'll play another match here. Let's get another match rolling here on Pokemon TCG Online. All right, and we're going to be playing against Water Horsington. Huh, interesting. Horsington instead of Washington? I'm just kidding. I don't know. But yes, we won the coin toss. Well, actually, my opponent lost the coin toss. We got to go first. Or, I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. Doesn't matter. We're going to go first. We're going to start off with a Shaman EX. My opponent does have a Mega Gengar sleeves there, as well as the Psychic Coin. So that's something interesting to look out for. And looks to me. All right, so we see Zubat. Okay. We do get an Ultra Ball here. I'm going to go ahead. We're just going to Ultra Ball, get rid of these guys. We have VS Seekers. We can always get those supporters back into our hand. And let's go ahead and grab probably... Could go with the Landorus. Can't go wrong with the Landorus. Could go with the Mewtwo EX. Yeah, let's go for the Mewtwo EX here. And then we're going to go VS Seeker. Play the Spirit Link. VS Seeker for maybe the Professor Birch. Yeah. You know, Giovanni can definitely get us up to 5 cards, which is, you know, better than... Oh my goodness, I spoke too soon. I always flip tails. We get another Birch for crying out loud. At least we got an Energy and a Zorua. So off that Birch was pretty decent. Pretty decent. I'll take it. Zubat here can won't be able to evolve right away. We won't be able to see a Golbat and do Supercross anytime soon. Certainly that can happen. And Wide Lens, oh my gosh, that'll be kind of silly. Supercross with Wide Lens on the hitting the Mega Mewtwo EX, but I think that the resistance would apply for the Zero too, so we'll actually dodge that bullet. And my opponent goes for a Lysander, probably bringing out the Mega Mewtwo EX maybe. Well, my opponent didn't play the Lysander yet. He got the Lysander off of the 4 cards from the Trainer's Mail. And here is an Ultra Ball. Let's take a look and see. Oh, okay, Professor Birch, as well as that Lysander he probably got from the Trainer's Mail. I would assume we're going to see maybe a Shaman EX. Oh, never mind, we see a Regice. Oh, wow, that's interesting. It doesn't matter. The Mega Mewtwo EX is going to go... the attack is going to negate the Regice's effect. I believe that's the ruling. So even if the Regice hits us for that... that resistance blizzard, whatever, we can still knock it out, which is pretty cool. And here it is. My opponent flipped tails on the Professor Birch's observation. Did get a level ball off of that, and we do see that Golbat that can do that Supercross. So here we are, you know, with an Ultra Ball. Definitely could have played it, but we're going to go with the Professor Birch's observation, and we did flip heads. That is amazing. We do get a Floatstone here, but again, we don't have much else. But hey, more energy drops. I'll take the energy drops. This way, we can go ahead and just attack right away, apply some pressure, and go with a Photon Wave here. Again, my opponent does not have the Psychic weakness. If he did, that would have been a knockout, but what I really want to do is just apply some pressure on this Golbat. Oh my gosh, never mind. It's going to be a 2-hit knockout from here anyways. The Golbat will be able to hit us for a Supercross, hit us for 20 damage because of the weakness. And at least... Oh, shucks. Yeah, I forgot those sneaky bites. Oh, man. Oh, all these sneaky bites. They're getting us. They're biting us like mosquitoes. I hate mosquitoes. Here's a Professor Sycamore. We could see more bats come into play. I am really waiting to see for that... what is it? The Mega Gengar. I would assume that's going to come out at some point. Here is the Muscle Band on that Resistant Blizzard Regice. A level ball right there as well. And the Zubat. Okay, so more Zubats. Plenty of Zubats coming out. And it looks to me like that's... Alright, so we see a Super Scoop Up right here. And it's going to go... Oh, thank goodness those tails. My opponent's not going to be able to scoop up those bats. Oh, my gosh. So, maybe it was wrong for me to do that switcheroo right there with the Shaman EX. But still, you never know. That 30 damage can come in handy. Maybe not. So, Photon Wave. It's going to take 2 hits to knock out this Golbat anyways. Oh, here is a Shaman EX right there. And again, my opponent's back to a hand size of 6. Very healthy hand size. Plenty of things you can do with drawing 4 extra cards. And oh wow, we see a Giratina EX. That means our Mega won't work on that Giratina. Just kidding, it will. Because of the attack, it would go through it. And so this darn sneaky biting Pokemon here. Let's go for the VS Seeker. I'm going to go for the Professor Birch. Let's go for the Giovanni. Actually, with the Giovanni, we can actually knock it out. So let's go with that. Let's go with the Giovanni here. Let's go with the Photon Wave. Knock out a Golbat. Are you kidding me? We're hitting it for 50 damage, knocking out the Golbat. And it's kind of silly, though. It really did happen like this. And so, all right. So here we go. We see the Regice right here. It will take a couple turns. Could take a couple turns to power him up. Never mind. He gets the water energy. We will get hit with the Resistance Blizzard. Oh, man. This is not looking good. And, you know, if we can Mega Evolve, that would be great. But still, we're pretty far behind. What we really need is the Zoroark here, which can stand in and retreat. So we get hit for another 20 from these Golbats. And, I mean, we did draw first blood. We did get the first prize, but this is not looking too good. We see an AZ bringing up that Shaman, and that Shaman plays down again, drawing 3 extra cards. Basically became a Tierno or Sharon, you know, if expanded. And okay, so this isn't looking the best, but you know, we'll try to make this work. Confidence is declining. I'm kidding. We have plenty of confidence here. Oh my gosh, a Crobat is gonna hit our poor Mewtwo EX. We are now in the triple digits, hitting for, we have 110 damage on our Mewtwo EX, and there is the knockout. Oh my goodness. So there goes one of our Spirit Links. That was pretty tragic. We do get a Landers here that can get knocked out in one shot, even if we do Shot of Power. Do I want to do that? Yeah, sure. Okay. All right. So, you know, we can Shot of Power, but that's really not gonna, you know, we're basically burning an energy drop just to trade energies. So let's go for the Professor Birch's observation. Maybe, just maybe, we can get really lucky here and get heads. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, finally, we can start doing this right now. We don't have something like an escape rope to, you know, move that Regice out of the active spot, but if we did, my opponent would have free retreat anyways. So let's get out this Bridget here. Maybe we could use the Bridget in the next turn, get some more basic Pokemon into play. And we got an Ultra Ball here. You know what? We could probably just get rid of this Bridget now. Yeah, maybe play the Ultra Ball and get rid of the Bridget and bring out the Remoraid, perhaps. That could work out. Or we could just go for Shot of Power. You know what? I think we're going to do this. A lot of energies in the discard pile now. So, do you have that Remoraid there? Or we could, you know, at some point we get that Octillery. So, all right, let's go for that. Drawing is good. The more we draw, the more we can not fall. That kind of rhymes, right? All right, let's grab that Psychic Energy. I don't want to deal with those Fighting Energies. We can always get those Fighting Energies, you know, top decking those things anyways. Since we play more of those Fighting Energies than we do Psychic Energies. Now, the Landers is going to go down for sure. My opponent's going to hit us with the Resistance Blizzard. It's going to be an easy knockout since we are weak to water. We're going to have to promote the Zoroark so we get the free treat right there. Maybe even promote the Shaman EX to take a hit for us, for crying out loud. Oh my gosh. We will actually survive the turn if my opponent doesn't play Giovanni Scheme. The Regice will hit for 90 with the 10 damage on the Shaman EX. Oh, never mind. The Shaman EX is not going to take a hit for us. Oh my gosh, that is terrible. And here, thank goodness, my opponent flipped tails off of that Super Scoop Up. We see a double Dragon Energy getting played on that Giratina EX. That's pretty fun. Okay, so here we go. We get hit for the Resistance Blizzard here. And as expected, that's an easy one-hit knockout. Let's go ahead and promote the Zoroark. And you know what? Call me crazy, but I might play the Shaman. I don't know. As tragic as it may seem, that may be what I need to do. Ooh. I don't need the Professor Birch's observation. I think I might just discard that with the Sycamore here. I always get tails. Well, actually, in this game, we got heads a couple times. And hey, look at that. We can actually let this Mega Mewtwo EX tank for us, or this Mewtwo EX for now tank for us. I think I might do that. So let's go play. Maybe we could get a Spirit Link off of this. No Spirit Link. We do get a Battle Compressor. Might play that. Maybe thin out our deck a little bit more. and see what else is left. All right, so we got Sycamore. We do have the Super Rod there. We got a Smeargle, more Mega Mewtwo's, and that's it. So let's get rid of this Mega Mewtwo EX since one of our Mewtwo EX is already in the discard pile. And we got the Spirit Links there as well as 4 energies. Not so bad, not too bad. All right, so let's get rid of the Bridget. So we got 4 energies to work with. You can't really get these energies back since, you know, we're not playing Mega Turbos, but, you know, let's hit this Mewtwo here, take a hit for us. Let's go for the Abyssal Hand right here. We don't have that Spirit Link, so we can't just evolve and, you know, but you know what? It is what it is. Let's go ahead. We will just Mega Evolve and end the turn. In the next turn, we should be able to start attacking with the Mega Mewtwo EX, knocking out the Regice here and the Giratina EX as well. We have a Lysander there if my opponent chooses to hide, keep the Giratina EX hidden. We can just drag that thing out, knock it out, and go on from there. So we see a Muscle Band get added to that Giratina EX as well as another Double Dragon Energy drop. So this is getting a little bit scary here, just a little bit. You know, you never know. My opponent can counter a stadium, and then we won't be able to play any more stadiums if he hits us with that Giratina EX. So we get it for 90. Again, our Mewtwo EX here will survive the turn. We do get another energy drop right here. I'm going to go ahead and stand in and retreat. A big question here. Do we want to Lysander out the Giratina? And I think we do. But, you know, let's go for the Abyssal Hand. Maybe we can draw something else that can change our decision. And no. All right. So, you know what? We're going to hit the Vanishing Strike. I think we could have gone with Lysandering out the Giratina EX. The Giratina EX is hitting for more. The Giratina EX is hitting for 120 damage. If my opponent counters the Stadium right now, we won't be able to, and hits us for that Chaos Wheel, we won't be able to play the Dimension Valley. Hopefully my opponent does not counter the Stadium, and that way we can still have the Dimension Valley. If not, we're going to have to be forced to play an energy drop onto the Mega Mewtwo EX. My opponent thinks that with the Renegade Pulse that can protect the Giratina EX from Megas, but not so, not with Mega Mewtwo EX in play. Vanishing Strike ignores, prevents, you know, all effects on the Pokemon, and it just hits you for 200 with the Stadium in play. No questions asked, it just does it. That's pretty cool. So right here, my opponent does discard another Golbat, as well as, you know, I think it was that, Double Dragon Energy, and draws into 6 fresh cards here with that Shaman EX. We're going to get hit, that's for sure. We need to start powering up this Mega Mewtwo EX on the bench. Well, Mewtwo EX right now. But if we can get a Spirit Link, we should be able to not end our turn. Well, we won't end our turn, and we should start powering them up. Assuming my opponent does not counter a Stadium, we should be able to knock out this Giratina EX, be down to 2 prizes. And again, my opponent is at 3, so knocking out this Mega Mewtwo EX, my opponent will be at a very good advantage. Oh, whoa, my opponent could... wait, did he play a supporter already this turn? I don't remember. If he didn't, Lysander is coming, and we're going to see this Mewtwo EX get Lysandered out here, get hit for 120 damage. That's going to be a knockout on this Mewtwo EX. Does my opponent use Paint Roller or whatever that item card is called, counter Stadium? No, he does not. Hits us for 120, knocking out the Mewtwo EX down to 3 prizes now. This is getting close, and yeah, getting too close for comfort, really. So we will knock out this Giratina EX here. We'll be down to 2. My opponent is still in the prize lead after this. After it's all said and done, I'm actually going to play this onto the Zoroark. The Zoroark can be a backup attacker with Mind Jack. So let's go ahead. We will get rid of... maybe the Lysander, maybe the Stadium, maybe nothing at all. But I would like to draw in some more things. And, all right, let's get rid of the fighting energy. And we got a Smeargle. We could play that onto the bench. Maybe thin out our hand a little bit, or thin out our deck a little bit more. And now we can go and, wait, oh yeah. Let's go for the Abyssal Hand here. Draw 2 more cards. Drawing 2 more cards never hurts. And there it is. All right, so we did get a Super Rod. All right, so we can get some resources back into our deck. Maybe energies, could definitely use energies, or use another Mewtwo line. You know what, let's see, yeah, let's just go Landers. I think Landers can be a backup attacker. I don't see any more of those whatchamacallits, Regice. Yeah, all right, so let's go for the Vanishing Strike. I don't see my opponent knocking out this Mega Mewtwo anytime soon. A lot of bats, that's for sure. The bats can hit us for, you know, weakness since we are psychic. Oh, here is a Spirit Link. Oh, there you are. And our Zoroark can still attack. Alright, so Zork is a good backup attacker. Solid backup attacker. My opponent, I had a full bench. Or now he doesn't, since we knocked out that Renegade Pulse Giratina EX. Here is the Trainer's Mail. And, you know, Shaman EX can definitely be a target. My opponent can start sniping using Skill Dive and whatnot. That's a little bit scary. But I don't think my opponent will be able to knock us out even with 2 skill dives unless he gets another Golbat. So here's the thing. My opponent can still win if he gets a Golbat, plays it, puts some more damage counters on that Shaman, goes a skill dive onto the Shaman this turn, and we knock out this Golbat, and, you know, and so on and so forth. But because we have Lysander, it's not going to happen. Even if my opponent puts enough damage counters for a 2-hit knockout on the Shaman on the bench, he ain't going to see it because we're going to Lysander out that Shaman and just knock it out in one shot and take the last 2 prizes. So here comes a skill dive. And assuming, yeah, right there. Okay. Well, regardless, it's going to be GG. We'll even play the energy here. Not that I really need to. Let's go ahead and grab out this Shaman right here. Vanishing Strike. Hint for the knockout right there and taking care of business. Oh, man. Pretty close game right there. I think it got a lot closer than it needed to be. My opponent was down to 1 prize, but we were able to pull off the victory. Did take a little bit of time to get this done, but hey, we'll take the win. Wow, my opponent flipped 0 heads, 4 tails. Talk about bad luck with those coin flips on the Super Scoop Up. Yeah, I mean, good for us. So, okay, let's go ahead and play another match here. I think I'll play one last match for you guys, and then that'll be it for today. So this one was pretty good. I had fun with this match. I mean, we got to see Mega Mewtwo EX be pretty consistent. You know, being able to power up pretty well, even though our circumstances with the Regice, you know, being water and our Landorus being weak to water. I mean, you know, for the most part, able to get the job done. So let's go ahead and play another match here on Pokemon TCG Online. All right, and we're playing against Patron 182. My opponent does have the advantage here, being a pure fighting deck. So I'm gonna go for heads, and yes, it was heads. That way we get to go first and can potentially evolve first. Of course, we want to go first. Why do you even ask? Pokemon Online. Okay, so we see here. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that coin. My opponent does not have any sleeves. That's all right. We don't either. So we're gonna start off with the Landorus here. I mean, I think we're gonna go. And I would like to play the energy down, but and then kind of go on from there. We do have a battle compressor here, so we can battle compress and get rid of perhaps, yeah, probably just energies. There's really nothing else that we really need to get rid of, and this way we can slowly but surely just power him up. So, anything else? Maybe more energies, huh? I'm just going to do 2 for now. I think 2 is a pretty conservative route. And let's go ahead. We'll just throw that right there. And I'm going to go and grab that Shaman. And so we can get a nice fresh hand size of 6. We did lose out on, you know, what do you call it? The an Ultra Ball and the Shaman and the Skylo there, but that's okay. Yeah, I'd rather draw into more cards. I'm always more... Ooh, look at that. We even get the Dimension Valley as well as the Bridget here. I'm going to go ahead and play the Trainer's Mail here. We have a Mega Turbo, which I don't exactly need right now. I'm just going to keep those in the deck. That way, in the next turn, if we go with the Professor Sycamore, we will just lose out on a Dimension Valley and another Sycamore. So let's go ahead and grab these guys here and grab the Smeargle. Perfect. Our bench is completely full at this point. And we are off to a really good start. Now, my opponent is playing some kind of fighting deck. And to my knowledge, this kind of fighting deck, these guys here are weak to Psychic. So unless my opponent has something else up his sleeve, we should have a pretty decent advantage on our side. I would assume we may see something like maybe a Machamp EX. Maybe we could see a Lucario EX. And that would be very advantageous for us. So here's the Karina. We could see something like a Mienshao. I don't know. Oh, so we do see a Lucario. We see a full art Lucario EX for that matter. And so again, oh wow, yeah, Karina is able to grab any fighting type Pokemon as well as an item card. And so we see the Muscle Band gets picked up as well as an energy drop on the Lucario EX. Now I kind of regret, oh man, my opponent is going to be... forcing me to throw something else, to throw something into the active spot here. And I'm actually going to go with the Shaman. And at some point, I'd like to just retreat the Shaman. The Shaman can take a hit for us. I'd like to preserve our Mewtwo EX as much as possible. That's my preference here. So let's go ahead. I'm going to play the Dimension Valley. And it is a little bit tragic. We're going to lose out on a Dimension Valley as well as a Professor Sycamore, but we got a really good top deck here in getting an Ultra Ball. So right now we could go with the Zoroark and then can stand in and retreat. I'm actually going to do that. They may be a little bit better than getting the Abyssal Hand Octillery here. And let's go with that Zoroark here. Now we have a potential to do a stand-in if we really needed to. So let's go for that Sycamore. And oh shucks, we did not get it. We did get a Mega Turbo here. So we're going to have to burn the retreat now since we missed out on getting the Float Stone. So let's go ahead. We're going to grab this right here. And then I'm going to pay the retreat costs on the Shaman now. We are sacrificing quite a bit here, but it's okay. So let's go ahead. We'll just retreat. Let's go ahead and grab the Landorus here. Put that in the active spot. We have another Dimension Valley in case my opponent does counter the Stadium. Let's go with the Shout of Power here. In the next turn, we can just play the Energy Drop onto our Mega Mewtwo EX and the Psychic Energy. We should be on our way to knocking out this Lucario EX. Now, my opponent can still play and do a Corkscrew Smash, maybe even a Strong Energy, and that could boost up my opponent's Corkscrew Smash up to 100. That wouldn't knock out our Landorus, and then our Landorus can just retreat for 1 energy. So we do see a Lysander here. My opponent brings out the Shaman EX, and I think the Shaman EX will go down, and we see a Missile Jab, and that's it. So just the Missile Jab, and what we really need right now so I'm just going to play the Psychic Energy on the Mega Mewtwo EX, and I'm going to go for the Shrouder. So it's a little bit of a risk right here. If we can get that Float Stone, we can stand in and retreat, but no, we missed out on that Float Stone, and I'm just going to have to end the turn. This Shaman right here would be a pretty easy target for my opponent, and that's fine with us. We should be able to knock out that Lucario EX in the next turn. My opponent does get a rare candy off of that right there, so you know, the Shaman was a worthy sacrifice, I would say so. Giving up 2 prizes for this kind of scenario. My opponent does not have much of anything else on his bench. He's got a bunch of more Machops, and here's another Lucario, which my opponent can still power up, and there's a Landorus. Okay, so now my opponent's got a lot of things going for him, but still, the energy drops, he needs to get energy drops, and energy drops fast. You can't miss a beat right now, and he missed on the energy drop. He has only 1 energy on his side of the field, and this Lucario EX is going to go down. We're just going to go ahead, we're going to promote our Mewtwo, Mega Mewtwo EX right here. And oh my goodness, this is too good right now. Let's just go ahead. We'll go with the Professor Birch's observation. If we can flip heads, that would be fantastic. Again, it doesn't matter. This Lucario EX is going to go down regardless. So let's just power up this Mewtwo EX on the bench right here and get that all ready to go. Let's go for the Vanishing Strike. Oh my goodness, what a monster. Taking this guy down, hitting for weakness, 400 damage, and my opponent has nothing on his side of the field that can really respond. Of course, we did get the, wow, we got the Float Stone and the Spirit Link off the prizes. This is amazing. Now my opponent won't be able to play Ace Trainer, but can still do Red Card or Judge, and that can disrupt our hand. Otherwise, I'm really liking our hand right now. If anything, my opponent's going to be playing an energy down onto the Landorus to do Shout of Power, get some resources, get that 1 energy that was on that Landorus, or that Lucario EX that's in the discard pile, get that energy back onto the Lucario EX on his side of the field. That can certainly happen, or he could just sacrifice the Landorus right now and let this Landorus go down. So we see my opponent go via Seeker for a Karina. The Karina's going to go ahead and probably grab another Machamp plus a rare candy, and oh, never mind, goes for a Lucario EX. Again, my opponent had the advantage here, but that's, you know, Pokemon TCG advantage, which isn't very legitimate. But regardless, we're going to have to continue this match and see where it heads out. My opponent goes for a Professor's Letter off the Karina right there, playing for some more energies. We see the Landorus get an energy drop, so this Shout of Power can certainly happen right here. Start accelerating some energies onto the Lucario on the bench. And no strong energies as of yet. The attack does boost up since my opponent has that Machamp over there. Let's go ahead. We're going to play this onto our Mewtwo EX on the bench, and then we'll just go for the Mega Evolve right here, and Mega Evolving into the Mega Mewtwo X. And now we have the Float Stone. Everything is working out beautifully. And I'm going to go for the Shauna here. Last time I flipped for Professor Birch, I got Tails, and I don't want that to happen again. So we could take a chance here. I'd much prefer, I think I'm going to go for the Shauna. I'd rather do that at this point than go for the Birch. I don't even know why I played Professor Birch. I'm just kidding. But this is actually pretty good right here. So we can do a couple of different things right now. I'm actually going to burn the Spirit Link right here. Probably just waste it on this Miracle. I don't see us needing another Mega Mewtwo EX. So we can play another energy down. Oh, that's kind of nice. Okay. Or we could probably just discard the energy, but I don't want to miss an opportunity to get an energy drop. So let's go ahead. We're going to do this right here. And I was thinking, oh man, why did I play the Spirit Link? I shouldn't have played it, but I could have gotten the Octillery out here, and then we can draw into some more cards. So I'm actually going to save this hand as is right here. Let's just go for the Vanishing Strike, and we should have a Mega Mewtwo EX powered up and all ready to go pretty soon. We'll be able to switch out that fighting energy that's in the discard pile for the one that's for the Mewtwo EX, Mega Mewtwo EX here on the left. And again, wow, VS Seekers galore. So something's got to give here. I'll probably get rid of that Giovanni scheme. Unless, of course, we can top deck the Octillery. That'd be kind of nice, too. Really, I'd much prefer to see if we can get a, what do you call it? The Lysander, so I can bring out this Lucario. Again, my opponent's going to be kind of just continually burning energies right now. We know for sure he does have energies since he played that Professor's Letter. We just got to wait and see. Does he have another Rare Candy Machamp right now? And that would be very brutal. That would be doing a ton of damage onto our Mega Mewtwo EX. But again, we should be able to respond. We're doing very well in terms of energy efficiency, very optimal right now. We only have one energy in the discard pile. We should have plenty of energies left to go to power up the Mega Mewtwo EX on the left over here. And wow, my opponent was able to pull off and get 3 of these Machamps into play. And for just one energy, my opponent was able to hit us for that just a ridiculous amount of damage. Oh, look at that. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I can probably. Okay, all right. So I got a Mega Turbo here. Do I want to use it though? All right. So I'd like to be able to get an opportunity. So you know what? Let's just go ahead. I'm gonna go for the Mega Turbo here, and let's just go and play the energy onto this Mega Mewtwo. We do need another fighting energy on this Mega Mewtwo. But okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead. I'm going to Ultra Ball, get rid of the Giovanni scheme, and go and grab that Octillery here. Now we can use the Abyssal Hand. And I kept saying Abysmal Hand in my other videos. That sounds kind of fun though, man. Abysmal. That's kind of funny. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll go with the Abyssal Hand right here and draw 4 more cards. We got a Floatstone. We got the Shauna. We have the Lysander. Let's just go ahead. We'll bring this out right here. And this is kind of devastating for my opponent. Let's go for the Vanishing Strike. Taking out this Lucario EX right here. Getting that Lysander off of the 4-card draw. And now my opponent if he promotes anything, we'll be able to knock it out. And this is just a brutal and convincing win right here with Mega Turbos and everything. Oh man, Mega Mewtwo EX is just a monster in this matchup, taking down these Lucario EXs that are weak to Psychic. And really, I mean, my opponent needs to hit about 120 damage. So we see the strong energy. Do we see Fighting Stadium? And do we see yeah, we need to see. Oh, here's a Muscle Band. Do we see Fighting Stadium? I think that's more than enough. That'll be a knockout right here. Missile Jab will get the job done, hitting us for 130 damage. Wow. All right. So we're gonna promote. I'm actually gonna promote the Landorus. I think that's pretty good route here. Doesn't really matter at this point. We could VS Seeker. What I really need. All right. So let's go ahead. We'll go for the Super Rod right now and get these energies back into play. Probably even the Shaman, so that we can draw into some more things as well. Alright, so let's just go ahead. I'm going to play my hand down right now. Certainly we can knock this guy out. I can probably just go for a Sycamore and draw into an energy. And if my opponent did counter the Stadium, we wouldn't need it at this point. Wow, look at that. We got 2 of these energies right here. I'm just going to, might as well, we'll just stand in or rush in, however you guys want to say it. And we will retreat into the Mega Mewtwo EX and go for a Vanishing Strike, taking down this Lucario EX, hitting for weakness again. 400 damage. Wow, man, that is just monster. Oh, wow, look at that. 1,420 damage. 1,000 more damage than my opponent. That is ridiculous. Oh, man. Mega Mewtwo EX is a beast. Alright, so that's going to be it for the video. I added this video in because, you know, I wanted to play another match for you guys to display the raw power of Mega Mewtwo X EX. Well, Mega Mewtwo X. With the Mega Turbos. But I think if you guys can see my previous two videos that I recorded before, you know, Mega Mewtwo EX without Mega Turbos actually was able to perform pretty well. The Mega Turbos adds another dimension to it for speeding it up and does make it even much more viable. So I think this deck is a ton of fun to play. I enjoy playing it. And yeah, I don't know. So if you guys have any questions, comments, feel free to post them below. If you guys ever have any deck suggestions, shoot them my way. Comment below, say hashtag build this deck, please. And that's it for the video. If you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you guys are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. If you guys are returning subscribers, thanks so much for being a subscriber and being part of this channel. You guys take care. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.